I think.
I don't think so. It's
Listen
the same
to
paragraph.
Listen. Do you want to listen? Let's listen to it in context. Here it is, the full minute and 23.
Of course, yesterday was already a painful day for our nation as we marked the solemn memory of the 9/11 attacks. We mourned with the families who were lost on that day. I visited the graves of troops who made the ultimate sacrifice in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Okay, so stop. In the same thing, he's talking about going to
he's
visit
talking about
troops.
9/11.
He went to go troops. I mean, holy cow. Apparently all wars were caused by this, too. No.
I think he's grouping them all together.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Of Arlington Cemetery and had the opportunity to say thank you and visit some of our wounded warriors at Walter Reed.
Wounded warriors were caused by
we learned the news of this attack in Benghazi. As Americans, let us never, ever forget that our freedom is only sustained because there are people who are willing to fight for it, to stand up for it, and in some cases, lay down their lives for it. Our country is only as strong as the character of our people and the service of those, both civilian and military, who represent us around the globe. No acts of terror will ever shake the resolve of this great nation.
There it was.
Alter that character or eclipse the light of the values that we stand for.
And now?
Today we mourn for more Americans who represent the very best of the United States of America. We will not waver in our commitment to see that justice is done for this terrible act, and make no mistake, justice will be done.
Okay, he calls it a terrible act. He does not call it an act of terrorism.
And if
he uses the word
terror
in the speech. That's all he did.
I want to read.
That's all he did.
I want you to look at the statement as well. The statement. This is the first statement coming from the president. I strongly condemn the outrageous attack on our diplomatic facility in Benghazi, which took the lives of 4 Americans, including Ambassador Chris Stevens. Right now, the American people have families we lost and in thoughts and prayers. They exemplified the commitment to freedom, justice, partnership, blah, 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 blah. I have directed my administration to provide all the necessary resources to support the security personnel in Libya, to increase security at our diplomatic posts around the globe. While the United States rejects efforts to denigrate the religious beliefs of others, we must unequivocally oppose any kind of senseless violence that took the lives of these public servants. This is their first statement. On a personal note, Chris was courageous and exemplary representative of the United States. Throughout the Libyan revolution, he selflessly served our country and the Libyan people at the mission in Benghazi. As the ambassador in Tripoli, he supported Libyans' transition to democracy. His legacy will endure. I'm profoundly grateful, blah, blah, blah. The brave Americans we lost represent the extraordinary service and sacrifice that our civilians make every day around the globe. We stand united in their families. Now let us redouble their efforts to carry on their work forward. This is the statement from the White House. They don't even have the word terror in it.
No, look, I mean, I know I'm on the minority here, and I know everyone's going to beat me up on it, but the point here is not what Obama's description of the event is. I think you can fairly say, if it let's just
say rape is terror.
Right, exactly. You can, I think, fairly say that if it was a mob attack about a stupid YouTube video, that it was still terrorism. People were dead. And it was Islamic extremists doing it. The fact that he used the word terror is not important. It's not his description.
He blamed it on the video.
Right. It's not his description. It's about him lying about the cause of the attack. Whether it's terrorism or not, the cause of it was a lie for 12 freaking days.
Correct.
So when we go back and we have to parse this one paragraph and say that he didn't say terror, he's not really referring to it, I think that's true. I think he's bailing himself out with a general reference.
This is why I'm saying it. I said it last night. We were watching it, and I said it depends on what the definition of is. We're doing the same thing that happened with Bill Clinton. They're playing the same game. They're playing the word game. Well, that's not what he said. Well, what are you talking about? It depends on what he meant. He said he didn't have sex with her, and sex isn't oral sex. Yes, it is. No, it's not. What are you talking about? The intention there was I wasn't messing around with this girl. I wasn't doing anything that would be tawdry at all with this girl. That was the intent with Bill Clinton, and all of us know it. But because we wanted to play little parlor games, we all sat around and said, oh, well, no, he didn't know it's oral sex, and look what happened to us. This one, people will die because of it. This isn't about just our kids now. What is it? 70% of kids by the age of 20 now have all had oral sex?
No, if it's by 20, it's probably a lot higher than that.
It's stunning. I think it might be 17. It's stunning what the numbers are on oral sex. And this is because we dismissed and said, no, for political reasons. No, that's not sex. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now what we're doing is we're saying, no, the president didn't lie. Yes, he did. And if you allow him to get away with this, he will lie again. More powerfully, people will die because of it. He was blaming this on the United States of American citizens making some YouTube video. The government had nothing to do. You'll notice he always said the government had nothing to do with it. He never said the people didn't. He said the government didn't. And in this written statement, the first one to come out of the White House, they clearly say that it was the video that did it. This man's judgment is upside down. He says to you that gas was only cheap because it was $1.87. I mean, because it was $1.87, only because the economy was tubing. That is a lie. You know it's a lie. What he's saying to you, if you allow him to get away with that, if the press allows him to say those things, he is rewriting history, which is exactly what progressives do. And he will now be able to say, that's true. It was only cheap because the world was falling apart. You'll never have $1.87 a gallon gasoline again. That's a lie, and a dangerous lie for our economy. This only happened because it was a workplace shooting. This only happened because of some freedom of speech that some American, not the government because we're in control of ourselves, but some American said something or made some film. People will die. That was the big thing on when George Bush lied, people died. Uh-huh. How about this one? Your children's lives are at stake and your republic. And Candy Crowley should be ashamed of herself, and so should CNN. This is the biggest cover-up and the biggest changing of history I've ever seen.